Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday. I hope y'all are feeling good. It's a good week. It's a good day. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Let me know that you're here. Guys, when I tell y'all, we had a good old time last night, didn't we? Didn't we? We cut up. I think that last night is personally one of my all-time favorite lives. I mean, you guys had me screaming in the chat. I have never laughed so hard. I mean, we laugh every single day, but I think last night's live really is in the top two, and it's not two. Y'all really, I mean, we had a ball. But come on in the room, y'all. Come on in the room. You can definitely catch the replay, watch the replay. We talked about the Tyra Banks documentary and Fantasia and the foolishness. You don't understand when, I mean, the chat was in rare form when we got to Fantasia and her dusty husband and the dusty father. We were in rare form. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Jameer, I see you. Jameer, yes, Jameer, right on time. Jameer, right on time. Yes. Jameer, is it going to be just you today, or are we going to have our other mods, our other wonderful mods in, or are you going to be solo today? Let me know. And hopefully it shouldn't be crazy. I mean, I don't think that we should have any trolls, any weirdos, but they can't get enough. They can't get enough of all this. So who knows? But Jameer, it should be an easy breezy chat today. Brooke, you said that 2 lives ago was the best one. Well, that's how you know that we're really doing it, when every single live is amazing. When every single live, breaks another record, that's how you know that we have a good old time here. Because when I tell you, last night, I think might be one of my all-time favorite lives. That live was so funny. Yes, they crave greatness. Yes. Okay, listen. I think that was iconic. My sweet potato burnt up. The smoke alarm went off. Y'all were nervous. I was like, wait, what happened? That's how good that live was. I forgot about my sweet potato, and my sweet potato burnt up, and the smoke detector went off in the middle of the live last night. He needs backup. I'm saying it now. Oh, come on, Osmond. Come on, Osmond. Osmond said, come on, Osmond, on time today. Won't he do it? Yes. Come on, Osmond. Oh, we have Jameer and Osmond here to hold it down. Oh, we have 3 mods tonight. Wait, who else is in the building? Oh, Biomist. Okay, yes. All right, everybody's okay. We have Biomist, Osmond, and Jameer. All right. Okay. Look at us. Look at us. We are a well-oiled machine, honey. Okay. You should have buried and taken pictures of the sweet potato. I wanted to see it. It was nothing to see. Brooke, you jumped so fast, didn't cut the camera or anything. Oh my gosh, I know. When I watched the replay, I watched that part back and I could not stop laughing. I mean, I couldn't even think to cut the cameras or black anything out. So y'all saw me jump. I mean, I jumped up so fast. I was like, wait, what's happening? Is there a fire? What's going on? Yes, honey. I missed last night, but I'll go back. Yes, go back and watch it today. You're gonna have a good old time. You don't understand the jokes, the conversation regarding Fantasia and her deadbeat husband and the deadbeat father. All right. Come on in. How are we feeling? How are we feeling, y'all? How are we feeling? Last night was very great. We had a good time. Yes, come on, Biomiss. Yes, you're on time as well. I sneezed, so I know to be on time. Oh, thank you so much. I'm going to watch after this one. Lord Jesus. I jumped so bad when I heard the smoke alarm. Okay. Yes, honey, a time was had last night. Y'all cut up so bad, but it was so good. All right. Oh, yes, we have. If you don't know, I did a collab with Alexander Rogers, and it went up earlier this afternoon. So go check it out. We had a great conversation. Alex had me in tears. He's just so funny. I had to ask him to start the video off with an Arabella. And yeah, we had a good old time. So make sure to check that one out too. Wait, who's another desperado? Oh, you say Eva. Oh. I forgot, because she's back together with the ex-husband. What was his name? Mike. He ran for mayor of Atlanta and lost. And we don't know what he does for a living now. And they said that his money was all messed up, and now they're back together. Yeah. A hot mess. A hot mess. All right, y'all. That bum husband and daddy banded us together, honey. And did. Brooke, did you see that Raggedy Man Clifton Powell saying he learned to love at the age of 150? Yes, I did. Okay, so I don't even know. There just isn't enough time in the day, it feels, to even talk about all that's going on. I don't even know where to start. And you know what? I'm sort of avoiding even talking about that because I know the Warriors are going to come in and the Dusties and Weirdos are going to come in because they know my thoughts. They know my thoughts, and I don't feel like dealing with, Iyanla's bus driver crew trying, I don't have time for it. So I'm kind of, and also it kind of veers on not kitchen table talk, but you know how folks get when you don't have your cape on for, men. So that's conversation for off camera. You get what I'm saying? But I saw that foolishness and yeah. All right. Now this live is not going to be that long, y'all, because it's going to be really cute, like a cute 90 minutes. All right. So we're going to enjoy the time that we have, but I'm not staying too long because last time I stayed with y'all too long last night, the smoke alarm went off. My sweet potato got burnt up. So yeah, I'm not going to keep you that long. It's going to be a cute little something, a cute little appetizer. All right. Not a 5-course meal. Okay, so we have 4 mods in the house. We have Ayana, Jameer, Biomiss, Osmond. Come through. Oh, I love it. I love it. Come on. Hey, Ayana. You said you said that's not our fault. I'm screaming. All right, y'all. Not the megabus cult, honey. I'm screaming. Yeah, 90 minutes is cute. It is cute. It's enough. It's a good palate cleanser. Every live does not need to be 3.5, 4 hours, so we'll do a cute 90 and, call it, it's perfect. So yeah, y'all will not mess up my sweet potato tonight. So, listen, y'all will not burn up my sweet potato tonight. So you said famous last words, just a little 90 minutes. Okay. Yes, honey. Brooke said, you'll not have me doing my kitchen like Will did on the Fresh Prince. All right. You said you fell asleep. Let me get my drink ready now, honey. Yes, I'm not wasting another sweet potato. So so please. Okay, y'all. Yeah, 60 to 90 minutes is perfect. It's perfect. Now, hold on. Monique, I remember you because that assessment that you made about Fantasia's concert, you did your big one. And I told you, I said, I'm going to remember your name. You ate down. You cleared last night with that statement that you made. I said, did that. All right, y'all. They said, no, bro, give me all your time. Yes, they want everything, child. We become accustomed to good long lives. I know, because anytime I do a live that's less than 3 hours, you're like, that's it. Like, girl, get back on this camera. So, all right. Yes, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. All right, you said not you watching the clock. You said we got 80 minutes now. Come on, Dorothy. Come on, Dorothy. Come on, Dorothy's in the building, honey, to move us along. Move along, Claudia, honey. Move on to the next thing. All right, y'all. Let's really get into this live. As you all see from the title, Eva Marcille, she was America's Next Top Model. She was the winner for cycle 3, right? We all remember it was down to her and Yaya. Yaya was the runner-up. Eva is arguably one of the most successful winners of America's Next Top Model. There's no denying that. She starred in The Real Housewives of Atlanta. She was a castmate for 3 seasons. She's been on various TV shows. She's now the lead in, I think, that Tyler Perry show, All the King's Men. So Eva is out here doing her thing, making her consistent check, and we love to see it. Now, Eva went on CBS Mornings with Gayle King, and they asked her about this documentary because she's doing a press run for the new season of the show. I'm gonna play you guys the clips, but let me just start off by saying Eva is media trained down. I thought she did a flawless job answering the questions. She acknowledged the pain from the other women, but she was like, look, girl, I still need this watch though. So she didn't badmouth Tyra. She held her accountable, but it was so classy. I mean, the way she controlled the room, controlled the interview, she was flawless. But I have 2 clips of the interview from this morning. I'm gonna play it for you right now, and then we'll talk, okay?
Well, I saw the show. Yes. She apologized a million times, but an apology to the person that you wronged is only as good as they could appreciate it. Mm-hmm. And so for the young girls that were sexually assaulted, for the young women...
It did look like sexual assault.
Absolutely.
On the tape, yes.
For the young girls that now have eating disorders or look at themselves and never feel beautiful, that little girl in them that will always live in the woman that is them. Mm. There is no sorry, I think, that's big enough to truly feel and heal that kind of hurt. Yeah.
Say you were in awe when you watched it because you didn't know what was going on behind the scenes, but it details many controversial moments, from the alleged sexual assault that happened to eating disorders to models being put in blackface, or one model who was people who were bullied, and incredibly troubling, one model whose mother was shot in a violent act. Horrible. Was then asked to replicate that in a photo shoot.
Horrible.
Do you think that the judges and the producers had a role in creating this type of environment, even if you never saw it?
Absolutely. That environment could not exist without producers aiding and abetting what was going on. I've done reality now on every level. Yeah. Housewives. I mean, I don't know what's going on in someone's life unless the producers tell me. It's a part of how this thing works. At the time, we were kids trying to find our dreams realized and actualized by a woman that we believed could do that for us. And if she could see it in us, then the world would see it in us, because the world sees it in her. Yeah. So it was just a TV show to win a competition.
So as y'all saw from the 2 clips, Eva gave very media-trained answers. I see some of y'all in the comments. Some of y'all are not here for it. It's pretty split in the chat. My thing is, I can't be mad with Eva's answers, because if that was not her experience, if she did not have a bad experience, then you can't force her to say that she had a bad experience if that was not the case for her. There are other parts. It was a 6-minute interview. There's another part where she does say that that's not what happened to her. And it is crazy to be a part of this club where, on one hand, things were fine for her, but on the other hand, for her castmates, things were off the rails for them, right? I like how she had sympathy and empathy when she made the remark about Tyra apologizing, but ultimately it comes down to, can the women accept her apology? And because of the turmoil and the trauma that they've endured now, that's going to be a lifelong thing. There is no apology that's going to be big enough for them to fill that void, right? And to make them whole again. And again, I like how she acknowledged their pain. I like how she acknowledged that Tyra might have taken some ownership. I don't believe that Tyra took any ownership, but if Eva feels that she did, I do like the fact that she said, look, Tyra, if these women don't forgive you, it's because you have broken them down in a way that they can't get over. And again, I enjoyed the interview. I would suggest that you guys, CBS Mornings has the entire interview on their YouTube channel. Also, I'm not allowed to play like the full clip of certain interviews because I don't want to get a copyright strike. So that's why I only played these 2 minutes of what we saw. But overall, I enjoyed the interview. I thought that Eva gave some great answers. Again, we can't force somebody to say that they had a bad experience if that was not their experience. And if Eva's saying that she had a great experience, then we can only take her word at face value. Eva has famously said that she will always defend Tyra Banks. that Tyra Banks put her on the map. So I think that in Eva's case, it's this undying loyalty because she feels like Tyra is the one who gave her break, right? So you said, I'm not mad at her answer. I'll just respectfully pass on this. Eva was groomed to be a mini Tyra back then. We like her now, but she was a huge B back then. I remember hearing that. I respect her loyalty. You said, I mean, bias favoritism. Eva has been some things personally, so she can appreciate that the apologies may not be received. Tyra opened the door for her. She's not wrong. Misplaced loyalty. Honestly, Eva showed more compassion and validation than Tyra. I agree. You said just finished the doc, and I don't know, something might be, got to be clinically wrong with Tyra. I don't care. No, you're right. I think I said this in yesterday's live when we talked about the documentary. Was it just me, or did it feel like the light has gone out of Tyra's eyes? I didn't feel like I was looking at a human being. She looked robotic. I didn't see a woman who's able to show any sympathy or empathy. It's almost like she's a machine. Her whole, I don't know, just the way she was speaking, her cadence, it almost feels like Tyra, and someone said this on TikTok, but Tyra gives you that affectation that she's in a beauty pageant. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's not a real moment with her. It just always seems like she's on, like the spotlight's always on her, the cameras are always on, and it's a performance. You don't get like a real, I don't know. It was bizarre. Yes, very disassociated. I agree. Zero sincerity. It was giving robot. Okay, so we see each other. We all see each other. She seems a little cuckoo for sure. Yes. Oh, just a veneer. Yes. Does she still have her soul? I agree. Yeah. So we all are in agreement that something's off. There's something wrong about Tyra. She was just there to wash up the brand a bit and promote Cycle 25. But here's my thing. Tyra obviously miscalculated the backlash that she was going to get from this documentary, because there's no way that if I were her, I'd be even talking about another season of this show. First of all, nobody wants America's Next Top Model. We're in a new day and age, and we're in a time now where you don't need to go through the gatekeepers to be famous anymore. If you get you can do your own YouTube channel. You don't need to like go on, there's that whole idea of you had to move to New York or Hollywood to make it and audition. That's no longer the case. Like YouTube and TikTok and Instagram have all cut out the middleman and the gatekeepers. So it's like, if you want to be a model, post up your things on your page and you can be scouted that way. So for her to think that people need America's Next Top Model again, this isn't the early aughts. So I think she's a bit delusional. I think she's still chasing the fame that she used to have. I think that she's having a hard time. I don't want to say washed up, but I think she's having a hard time not being relevant like she used to be. That's what I think. Oliver Twist on YouTube has been telling the American Next Top Model stories for years. Yes. Tyra's going to find out real quick. Who's going to watch it? Nobody. I agree. Every scene she was in was cringeworthy. Yes. I attended, Clark Atlanta with Eva. Proud of her success. She's smart, but was mean back then and now. If y'all want to hear the recent story. Well, I'm not surprised. I remember at BravoCon when it was here in New York, and I was in the VIP room. She was right next to me, and I wanted to get a picture with her and talk to her, and she just tunnel vision. A few people had come up to her for a picture, and the way she kind of brushed them off, she had an assistant around her. They brushed them off, and I'm like, you're here to meet and mingle with the viewers of the show. And it wasn't even like you were in the middle. You weren't in like the middle of all the all the crowds. You're in a very secluded VIP section. So people paid top dollar for the VIP section. So it was just her vibe was off. She didn't speak to anybody. It was, so I'm not surprised about her being rude. I'm not. Funny how all the years she tried to paint Naomi as a bad girl and she was one the whole time too. Yes. A lot of people in the Shade Room comments said they would watch Cycle 25. Yes, no, it's true. No one gets to be A-list for decades. No one. The only person is Michael Jackson. Everybody else, their time is going to come and go. Everybody has their day in the sun. But I think a lot of A-listers definitely, they definitely feel like they're grasping for air when their A-list popularity is kind of dwindling. It's very sad. Hey, The Life of Samad, thank you for the super chat. The producers of the doc knew she'd play crazy, hence why she was never invited to film. Ooh, it's not fair for Tyra to hold the entire bag, in my opinion. That's a very good point. Hey, Lency Collier, thank you for the super chat. Please hit your like, folks. Cheers. Thank you, Lency. Thank you so much. And yes, guys, make sure to hit that like button as you walk in the room. And liking the videos are free. They don't cost you anything. No, there's no subscription. You just like the video and it helps boost me up in the algorithm. Hey, Connor McGregor, thank you for the super chat. Karma will be paying Eva a visit after Tyra has had her long-awaited return. Might take a hot minute. Oh, okay. So y'all want Eva to get hers, child. Naomi is all over the Epstein. Yeah. I think she's spoken out about that. She's made I'm giving a response about this. I think she's denying the whole thing. Speaking of Michael Jackson, did y'all hear how Sexy Red's trying to remix Beat It? Yeah, she named it Eat It. And I think that his estate said, please scrap this. Do not release this. We will sue you. You said it's going to cost you $95,000. Wait. Oh, you're talking about Sexy Red. You said absolutely not. Yeah, she said she named the song Eat It, a mess. Now, y'all, hold on. I do want to play Sherri Shepherd's reaction this morning. She was defending Tyra, right? I have the clip right here. I'm going to play it and then we'll talk. All right. So hold on.
Watching Netflix's documentary about Tyra Banks and America's Next Top Model. I understand why people are mad. I do understand. But I also say you have to understand the time that this all happened was in 2003. Reality TV was a wild, wild west back then. Every show was trying to outdo each other to stay on the air. We had people that were eating rats on Survivor. We had people getting in Nevada spiders on Fear Factor. Simon Cowell was telling people they sucked to their faces. I cannot forget that Tyra that was a young black woman trying to make it in the reality TV game. The battles that this black woman had to fight just to stay on the air for other people to come on the air. In the documentary, they said no network wanted to pick up the show except UPN. Everybody said no. As a woman who has pitched a bunch of shows and tried to get her own talk show, I understand that. Let me tell you something. I bet you if Heidi Klum had shopped the show around and every model looked like Gigi Hadid, it'd have been picked up immediately. Immediately. There's a lot of stuff that we did not know back then that would not have happened if this show aired now. People are blaming Tyra for allowing them to cut a black woman's hair wrong. I remember that when they cut the girls from New York and she was bald and they cut it, she had bald patches. We didn't have the sensitivities behind the scenes back then that we do now. Nowadays, if you have a black talent, they make sure to get black stylists. That's what we had to fight for to get. And I'm gonna tell you, I say this because I remember a time. See, now you see a lot of black women in shows. They used to call me the black girl who did all the white TV shows. That's the title I used to have because you didn't see many black women running around on sitcoms. And I booked a lot of those jobs. But there was a time I did a show and the white stylist, they thought my hair was too oily. It wasn't a wig. We didn't wear wigs back then. So it was my hair. And he thought it was too oily. He didn't know what to do. He poured a whole tub of baby powder on my hair to absorb the oil and then took the curling iron to curl it. Now, here I was, a young black girl. I wanted the job. So I didn't have the power to go, stop. I do now. I got the power to fire people if they mess up my hair. I didn't back then. So I had to take it. As my hair was frying, they didn't know what to do because my hair started frying. So they grabbed one of the stylists from the show Living Single because they were close to me. Her name was Julie. And she came over and she fixed my hair. And she said, my God, what did they do? I was in tears. That happened back in the day. That would never happen now. So back in the day, what people don't understand is the battles that this woman probably had to fight just to keep it inclusive. She came to them saying, I want a diverse cast. I want Black women. I want Latin women. I want plus size women. And everybody said no, because the industry standard looked like one thing. So she couldn't protect everybody, nor did she own the show. Now, and I'm not saying that the show didn't do terrible things, because it did. But I just want to think about it in the context of which it happened. And there were battles that she was fighting, because you always think about the long game. I want the show to stay on the air. I want more Black women to come on. I want more plus size women. You remember Isis? When Isis came on the show, Isis was trans, I believe. She would not have made it on season 1. They would not have let her be on that show. But what we know now, we love the trans community. We accept our skin now. But back then, when I tell you the battles, people don't understand. When we are in power, the battles we got to fight that you will never know about. Never. To keep a show on the air, there are things that we have to do that people will tell us, if you want to stay on the air, this is what you got to do. And we got to weigh the options. And sometimes we make bad decisions and we look up and we go, in hindsight, maybe I should not have done it. But I just want to open the door and give a platform to people who look like me. And so I ask, I don't agree with some things that Tyra did. There were things that maybe could have been stopped, but I do ask that people look at it in the context. We are woke now. We know so much more now than we did back then. And I just hate that she's getting so much flack. She does need to take accountability. I know that. But I also know the battles. Some people will never understand the battles that are fought. You see a person sitting there and think, oh, it's so fun, and you'll never know the battles that are being fought behind the scenes so that it can stay on the air and so you can give people an opportunity.
So that was the clip of Sherri Shepherd this morning talking about the documentary and the backlash. Your comments, I was watching the comments, y'all had me screaming. This is like a repeat of when I played the clips of Fantasia and the father and the husband and the performance where he re-proposed to her and you guys were cutting up in the chat. Y'all have me screaming. Listen, this comment, you hit the nail on the head. It's always black, black, black when a Black person is being held accountable. And I agree with you. I'm going to just give you my 2 cents. Sherri is conflating 2 different issues. We are all well aware of the challenges and the racism in Hollywood. We're not talking about that. We all know that Hollywood doesn't want to see us in positions of power, and they'll greenlight a white show way before they'll greenlight a Black show. We know that already. I want Sherri to stay on task. I want her to just stay. I want her to realize that this is not about that. This is apples and oranges. We're talking about Tyra knew what was going on behind the scenes, and she was so worried about having a hit show that she allowed producers to humiliate these women, traumatize these women for ratings. That's the issue at hand. Nobody is negating the fact that it is hard for Black people to make it in Hollywood and to get their own shows. Nobody's denying that. And Sherri, I felt like you were being obtuse with the tears. And I mean, I get that, but this is not what that is. Yes, there is truth to what you're saying, but this isn't the topic for that. Somebody got sexually assaulted on the show and nothing was done about it. They framed it like she cheated on her boyfriend when she was assaulted. Okay, they turned her into a villain. Till this day, Shandy's still being called a whore and a slut. I mean, ruined her life, ruined her mental health. You have people having to do blackface, chopping off somebody's hair. That's traumatic. And it also gave me, is there some jealousy? Because how come all the non-black girls got extensions and weaves to their behinds, but the black girls with long hair got their hair chopped off? I know that if I had ever gone on that show, the minute they said we're going to put some scissors to your hair, I would have been out the door. You're not cutting my hair. There were a lot of things wrong with the show, and Tyra being called out. That, you know, if Tyra would just own what she did and say, I'm sorry, we'd have some respect for her. But Sherri, you're sitting up there crying and, you know, conflating two different issues. That's not what this is. And Sherri, it's no shade, but it seems like you're always on the wrong side of history. When everybody's going right and you have to go left. It's like you always have to be a contrarian. Whatever the majority is saying, you have to be opposite. It's annoying. You have abusers on the show, Jonathan Majors on your show. You're blasting Megan for looking too Megan Thee Stallion for looking too sexy. It's like, girl, what is going on? You always seem to have the wrong opinion. Like you do. Why can't you ever just, when in Rome, do as the Romans? I don't understand how you got that from the backlash. And no one is saying that Tyra is the only one who needs to be blamed, because don't get me wrong, Nigel and the Jays, both of the Jays need to be whacked as well, because they also tried it. They sat there keying and ha-ha about these women being manipulated and, you know, dealing with all sorts of harassment and didn't do anything. And now they want to put the blame all on her. And that's not really fair. They deserve a good share of the blame as well. They all do. They were all complicit. But Sherri, I think Sherri missed the mark. We weren't talking about the struggles of being a Black woman on TV. We weren't talking about the struggles of, you know, trying to get a Black show on the air, in my opinion. So, Iyanla and Sherri, yup, contrarians, gatekeepers, okay? Sherri is usually on the wrong side of history. She's a child. Listen, you told no lies. She gave an all my life, I had to fight speech instead of calling. Yes, exactly. Yep, Janice Dickinson too. Listen, you said Sherri wanted to soften the blow for Tyra. Tyra exploited those girls on America's Next Top Model and her talk show. She knew what she was doing. Yes, think about it. When they showed the clip of Shandy saying that when they invited us back on to her talk show, and I told her backstage, hey, please don't bring up what happened to me in Milan. And Tyra went ahead and showed the clip of the hot tub scene, and knowing that Shandy had told her backstage, like, hey, girl, I actually didn't cheat on my boyfriend. I was actually assaulted. I don't want to talk about that. And Tyra plays the clip on her show for her to watch, and then has the nerve to say, why weren't you watching that? I saw you weren't watching when I played the clip. Just very nasty. I think that Tyra failed to take accountability for her actions, and now she's paying the price. And Sherri, I don't know why you can't just acknowledge that Tyra messed up. She messed up. So that was out of pocket. Why is it that they all love the all my life speeches so bad? Just because you mean everybody else too. That's crazy. I would have sued. So nasty and vile. The Jays and Nigel getting fired was at least my concern from the documentary. The contestants' treatment meant more than anything. Oh, I agree. Tyra wanted to pull the ladder up behind her and be idolized for what she represented. Yes. She brought more girls to the table that was already broken. Yes, I agree. How's Tyra going to give Sherri a job? She don't have one, except it's at the ice cream shop. That was a whole lot of nothing. Preach. She definitely failed those girls. Tyra was an EP. She was. Why are people playing dumb? She knew what she was doing. She did know what she was doing. They had the clips of her when she was with the producers going over the scenes. So for her to say, I didn't know anything about the editing of the show. That wasn't me. That's our production. No, that's not true. Tyra even said at the very beginning of the show, the budget was tight, and it was all hands on deck. And she would be sitting up there, looking at the shots that they had filmed earlier in the day. So it's a lie. And Tyra was an EP. Her and Ken Mock were the EPs. So I couldn't imagine having my assault being aired over. No, I know. My heart dropped. No, it's very sad. Tyra did have control. And now for Tyra to walk it back and say, I had no control, it was just the times. Sherri trying to equate what happened to Survivor and Fear Factor. Again, apples and oranges. Somebody going on a show where they're eating roaches and insects for $1 million is not the same thing as a competition show where they're trying to find, get their dream, make their dreams come true. So for her to say, well, it was different times, folks were eating bugs, and people are still on Survivor today. And I don't know, Sherri missed the mark with her response. I understand that Tyra Banks is a friend of hers. She's been on the show before, but she was better off saying nothing than saying that, in my opinion. Oh, you said her and her mom always gave you gray gardens. The sad part is I've seen comments where they are still calling Shandy names. Wow. Sometimes Shandy needs to shut up. Talking about production like it's a godly being. Yeah, production were a bunch of workers with less power than her. I agree. Oh, you're going to be your blood is going to boil. Your blood is going to boil when you watch the documentary this weekend. Yeah, Sherri comparing eating bugs to SA and exploiting trauma. It doesn't make any sense. You said Sherri can't say anything to me. I'll never forget her being undecided on The View on a Thursday in the election for the... Oh, I forgot about that. Because she was debating about voting, right? Is that what it... Yeah, I forgot about that. That doesn't equate to trying to get a life-changing career or getting assaulted. Exactly. Sherri is always on the struggle chain, on the struggle train. When is the show getting canceled? I believe her show is getting canceled in end of March. I believe that next month is the last month. Oh, she did announce. Sherri announced after she was done with her little speech that next week's guests on her show are going to be the Jays and Nigel. And they're gonna tell her the full truth about where they stand with Tyra and all that. So I'm gonna be tuned in to Sherri Shepherd's show on Tuesday morning, and I'll be reporting back immediately after to talk. Okay. So next Tuesday, put it on your calendars. We'll be talking about Sherri Shepherd's interview with Miss Jay Manuel, and Nigel Barker. Now she wants to do away with her legacy as a model to be remembered for Ice Cream Child. You said, Jesus, hadn't liked her since the world was flat. Oh yeah, she thinks that she does think that. Just a mess. She shoots her shot with men, thinks the earth is flat, always on the wrong side of everything, can't pick a man to save her life. Two bums, two deadbeat husbands. A mess. That interview won't produce much new info. You said, I feel like that interview will be BS, but looking forward to see your thoughts. Sherri comes on at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ciao. Hey, Candy J, thank you for the super chat. Tyra knew how difficult it was to get the show, which makes it even worse that she saw Danny struggling and chose not to step in. I know, I agree. It's very sad, but it shows me that Tyra honestly did not want anybody to actually make it. You have a lot of people like that. We could do that could be a separate conversation, but a lot of people, they really don't want anybody to have the same success, surpass them. I think it would, when you think about it, think about how a lot of the greats, a lot of our icons, they don't have a predecessor. Oh no, they don't have a successor. Sorry. They don't have a successor. It's just going to be like, they want it to be that when they die, there's nobody else who's going to come up and be the next so-and-so. You know what I'm saying? Think about Oprah hasn't trained anybody up to, take her place when her time, it's very sad. A lot of these people, they don't want a successor at all. It's very sad. Yes, they want to be the only one. They want to die with the title of they were the best. It's sad. It's very sad. Crabs in a bucket. Yeah, crabs in it. Yeah, very much so. Hey, Sean Unfiltered, thank you for the super chat. Brooke, is this satire? Yesterday was Kendall and now this. Why? Hey, the life of Samad, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, essay, racism, etc. What was okay back then? It was never okay. So for Sherri to write it off as, well, no, that was early, that was the early 2000s. It was a different time. That was never okay. I don't care what year we're in. I don't care what century we're in. Some things are never okay. I miss Wendy Williams too. Low self-worth. Yeah, it's very true. A lot of times the mentor gets jealous of the success of the mentee. Exactly. That's why it's always best not even have a mentor. Just get it, listen, let the Lord open the doors. That, may I tell you something? Not to get off topic, but when people like whine and cry about gatekeeping, I not laugh, but I always just say, I guess I don't let that stop me, because my thing is God can open doors that nobody can shut, and he can, close doors that nobody can open, right? Like, if somebody's trying to shut me out, I know that I will still get in the door eventually. Most times your enemies will bless you more than people who support you and love you. What I believe, God, your enemies generally will be the ones to bless you, and I don't know. I don't worry about gatekeeping. I really don't. I don't. I don't. It's silly to worry about. That's why, people get upset. Like, oh, it's like, okay, yeah, people do gatekeep. They do. Nobody, we know that. But I think that, the whole thing about like trying to find a mentor, I never, that, no, you know what I'm saying? I just think that it always gets weird. The people don't want you to really do well or as well. So my thing, I don't know. I'm very much like solo dolo. I can, as long as I have my family and the good Lord, I'm good. Like, I don't need a mentor. You get what I'm saying? It's just, but you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel too. Gatekeep all you want. I'm going to always eat. I agree. Now, gatekeeping is necessary. That's another topic for another day. It is necessary. That people don't like to talk about that, but yes, it is necessary. But in an ideal world, yes, you should help. But we don't live in an ideal world. But I would say, don't worry about it, because people think they're locking a door and you will still get in the door anyway. God can walk you through the door, and it could be dead bolted and all that. So yes, it's one thing to gatekeep, but Tyra sabotaged those girls. Oh yes, oh absolutely, she did sabotage them. She absolutely did. 100%. You said bad reviews on the hot ice cream. Brooke, when you said she was selling hot ice cream in the last live, I literally screamed. No, she is selling hot ice cream. You said, I understand what you're saying. I feel like the mentor-mentee relationship is kind of weird. In the end, the mentor will feel the way like they made you. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, like, I don't know. I've always thought that. And then sometimes you have the mentee wants to take the mentor out. The mentee can get jealous of the mentor. So my thing is, I don't want a mentor, and I'm not trying to be a mentor. Like, you get, like, not to say it like that, but like, I know it might sound harsh, but you know what I'm saying? It's weird on both ends, because I've seen it where the mentee will try to take the mentor out. So it's just a lot of weirdo behavior going on. In a yellow bust down wig and a Santa Claus suit, for real, child. You said cold hot dogs is next, child. Yes, you you gotta be wise. Yeah, no, no, for real. Like, no, thank you. Stop. You have me screaming. Yes, no, it's true. So, it's very true. It's like, because somebody asked me that like a few years ago, and I was like, I have my advice, take the advice, but I'm not like, No. Respectfully. No, people do. So you got to be careful about people asking you to be their mentor, because it could be jealousy on both sides. So it's best to just say no to either one. So yes, honey, you know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, fried ice cream is really good. Fried ice cream is really good. Child, melted ice cream like a milkshake. Y'all, you just got done watching my video with Alex. Oh, I hope you enjoyed. We had a good time. Yes, everybody's journey is different. It's very true. What I know is I don't want Tyra on my TV anymore. Yes, no, listen, that's another conversation. That's another live for another day. But that happens more times than you think. It's very true. Admiration can easily turn just like that. So I just feel it's best for everybody to, I don't mind giving some advice, but you know what I'm saying? It can turn. I read on Threads that Tyra wanted Benny Medina she wanted Benny Medina to manage Eva after she won. My theory is, as the season went on, they stopped investing, caring, and putting efforts into the girls. That's my guess. I remember that she had Benny Medina on one of the episodes, and it was like a networking episode where it was Benny Medina and a few other celebrities, 50 Cent, Benny Medina, and they were trying to pitch themselves to get him to sign them. It's very true. It's very true. Yes, no, it's very true. Tyra's been a role model for so many. No accountability. Tyra has some mental and emotional issues. Yes. You said Tyra go disappear. What are your thoughts about Tiffany? Tyra did that girl wrong. Tiffany has so much potential. Yeah. Well, I did a full recap last night about the documentary. So I gave my thoughts about Tiffany, and my opinion still is the same. I thought she did her horrendously. That was a way to embarrass Tiffany and knock her down a peg. It was uncalled for. I never thought we were rooting for you. I never thought that was funny. It wasn't amusing. It was sad. And Tyra broke that girl down. She did not uplift Black women. It's very true. They seem to have been scarred and ridiculed the most. She should have been advocated. Yeah, she should have advocated for them. Thank you very much. You said since it's Black History Month, don't be a modern day nearest green. Don't let others build a life for themselves off your back. You said the judge is being paid for the documentary, but not the girls is awful. Tyra claimed that she thought Tiffany could be a supermodel. I wonder how true that was. I think that was just her way of getting the smoke off of her, because she knew that she went overboard with Tiffany. Hey, Dark Child 99, thank you for the super chat. Sorry I'm late, Brooke. The replay of the live chat from yesterday had me silently screaming at work this morning. Thank you. You all made impeccable points about Fantasia and her scrub. I love being part of your fandom and its intellect. I was telling everybody earlier, I think that for me, last night's live is going down in my top 2. That is actually one of my favorite lives out of all the lives that we've done, which I love. Last night's live, there was something about the energy in the chat. Everybody was, on point. We were all one band, one sound, not a troll in sight. Just I haven't laughed so hard. That last night's live, I think it might be my number 1 live. That live was so good. It was just delicious. It was just chef's kiss. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yes, we had a good time. We had a really good time. Yeah, it was a superior live. It really was. It really was. You said it was number 1. Okay, number 1 was the throat spray live. Okay, that one was really good. The Wendy news breaking is a top 3 live. Okay, yes. Okay, I think top 3. Wendy, when Wendy and Eddie got arrested, the throat spray live, last night's live, top 3. We gave out all the baddie chains. Yes. I want to know what Gia typed in the chat. Oh, you have to, when you go rewatch it, you'll see a little small bubble that says show chat replay, and just click on that and it will show you what everybody said. Last night was perfect. I was in tears. Yes, no, y'all were on 20. I mean, everybody was just phenomenal. Phenomenal. You said, girl, I was listening to the replay podcast and had to switch the video because I was like, what are people saying? Yes, listen, listen, shout out to my podcast, but the visuals are where it's at because you see everything. You see the reactions in real time. You see the chat going crazy. Fabulous. My personal favorite one was when you went in on Brit 80 for the country club disaster. I was screaming. Yeah, we really, yes, honey, Miss Gia, Monique, so many baddies got their chance from reading down. Yeah, I mean, the chat was just phenomenal. Phenomenal. Yeah, the subscriber name, Six Figure Bitch. Yes, that name was so cool. Yeah, the comment that they left was, that was kitchen table talk for real. But that was a true statement that needed to be said. But the comment was just, hit the nail on the head when it comes to Fantasia and the reasons why she's so happy to be with this husband. The commentary was so good. Like, it was so good. It was so good. Oh my gosh. Oh, it was just so good. The sweet potato was the star of the show. I know. I mean, it was that good. I forgot I had my sweet potato on the stove, and yeah, it got all burnt up because I was here for 3 hours talking to y'all. I was supposed to give you guys only 90 minutes. And baby, my sweet potato got burnt up. The smoke alarm went off. Y'all were just like, Brooke, are you okay? A mess. Oh my goodness. The comments are Brooke speechless. Yes, honey, it was a church service. I think Gia said that. I believe Gia said that comment. And I mean, I was gagging down. Yeah, folks can see what you guys chat because the replay, if you just click on the replay, click the replay chat and the chat replay, and you'll see all your comments come up and they can see who said what. Using that smoke alarm jarred me, the CEO of Manhood Business. We almost made ADT come over for a burnt pan of sweet potatoes. Oh my gosh, I know. They were on their way, honey. I was in tears laughing last night. The live chat was a mess. You know what? I'm shocked too that they didn't sue, but I think they couldn't sue because they had signed a waiver. But here's my thing. I am very litigious, honey. I would have found a loophole and I would have hired a lawyer to take my case, and I still would have sued the network. I would have sued Tyra, Ken Mock, everybody. So I wish that some of the women had just gone ahead and sued despite signing a waiver, because that's what I would have done. So yeah, no, everybody did make great points in the live. I think you made a fabulous point about who is in that audience and who is rooting for this crazy lopsided role reversal desperado marriage. The comment that you made was a very salient point. I mean, the points were phenomenal. The points were phenomenal. I mean, everybody was on 20. Everybody was just, it was just such a meeting of the minds. We were all on the same page about everything. I loved it. She didn't take accountability. Yeah, they short signed papers, so they can't sue. Honey, I still would have sued. Yup, you said your read last night left me freaking speechless. You hit the nail on the head. I believe that was you about the arena of women at Fantasia's concert. Yes, that was that. Monique is the one who said that. Yes. You can say we can still wrap up a good wig, honey. I was so mad that Fantasia was on her knees when her husband was proposing. Some of the contestants are lawyers like Ferranda. I'm happy to hear that. Yep, cut their hair and then dump them. Yes, you got a good man Savannah crowd. You said call Morgan and Morgan, baby. Oh, the statute of limitations may have passed for a class action. Damn. Sherri was probably in the damn audience of Fantasia's concert. Yeah, Tyra should really be ashamed of herself and use this to make a change. I agree. Yes, honey, and our new lure has now upgraded from 28,000 to 95,000, honey. 95,000. Oh my gosh. Oh, Unfortunately, those contracts make it so they can't even sue even if they lose their lives. I don't think so. Gave them low budget dentists. They might have been the unlicensed veneer techs. They were hollering in that audience because they would be happy just to have him in. Oh, you know it. That's exactly what it was. Sherri probably had some beer and wings in the concert too. We were fed up with Fantasia's Ain't Shit. Daddy and husband, we went off, honey. Y'all went off. Did you get my resume? When we rewatched to check the ring size, did anybody notice the diamond ring didn't have a shine? It didn't? Child. 95 on the neck, honey. Yes, honey. I got 95 on my neck, honey. 25 on the shoes, honey. 15 on the wrist, baby, okay? This is America. Anyone can get sued. Just a mess. Yes, honey. We keep climbing. Yes, I remember that her makeup line that failed miserably. Nobody was buying that. What was the name of her makeup? It was called Smize. It was called, wait, what was Tyra Banks' defunct makeup line called? And it was a pyramid scheme. What was it called? Oh, it was called Tyra Beauty. Somebody did an article saying they made a whopping $27 selling her cheap makeup. That's a shame. That's a shame. I just, Tyra, just a mess. Just a hot mess. A pyramid scheme that Ty set up. You said very Giselle Bryant adjacent. Yep, it was an MLM. Why would you MLM your makeup brand? This ain't Mary Kay. It was called, it was like Smize. It was called Tyra Beauty. And then like the products were like Smize eyeliner, Smize lip gloss. She did a skirt care line too called the Skin Machine and nobody bought. Oh, a skin care line called the Skin Machine. Nobody bought it. I didn't even know. He was right along with it. It sure is. Even Whitney Rose sold more Alibaba jewelry. More than Brorilla has made on her own. Well, now hold on. Now, did you guys see last week? Glorilla and her sister are back. They're cool again. Glorilla had a concert and her sister met up with her at the hotel and they were counting money together. So I guess they're cool now. I said it's giving, this whole thing might have been a stunt and a show to get her career off the ground. But it seems like Glorilla's sister's making the rounds. Just a mess. It should have been called Scam by Tyra, not Every Hue, honey. Wait, what are you talking about? Jameer, please. What? Like, okay, yes, Jameer, church finger is getting weird. Somebody, Biomiss, Jameer, Ayana, somebody, please, because I'm tired. I'm tired. I've noticed that. And like, it was funny in that live 3 weeks ago. But I've noticed it's been every single live going forward. And I've been trying to be gracious and not call it out and have them kicked out. But this was the last straw. It's weird. We're talking about Tyra Banks and Sherri Shepherd, and you're like, it's weird. Like, I've noticed that every single live has been, let's talk about, it's like, this is weird. I'm not like, what? It's a time and a place for everything. Like, I just need for folks to stop being weird. Everybody's an adult. Everybody's grown. Let's act like we have some maturity. It's just really weird. It's weird. I'm sorry. Like, some people, it's clear that nobody has ever told you that you're weird and that you're being weird. Like, sometimes it's okay for people to say, you know what, you're acting weird. Stop. What are we talking about? It was all the time. It's like I've noticed that from the corner of my eye. They won't stop. And I'm like, what are we? We're talking about serious matters. We're talking about something else. And that's another thing. Respectfully, if we're talking about a certain subject, please do not change the topic to something else. Period. Like, it's just rude. If we're talking about X, don't bring up Y. Like, unless it sort of fits the topic at hand, fine. But if, like, it just like what it, like it was, and they've been doing it to get my attention for a long time now. I'm like, some folks go overboard. There's a time and a place. Like, what was that? It's just like, we're not, some people need attention. Some people need attention. I'm just like, what is going on? Well, no, listen, it needs to stop. And it's not funny. Sometimes it's like, it's annoying. It's weird. Like, to keep saying that all the time. Like, I did a live, the Beverly Hills live was at 2 p.m. and I see them in the corner. They're talking about, I'm like, we're talking about Beverly Hills right now. Like, why? Like, I don't like weirdo behavior. I don't like weirdos. And I really can't, I can't do it. It's enough already. It's enough already. And it's enough. It's really out of line. It's weird. It's weird. Put Jameer on his t-shirt. No, for real. I've noticed that, like, ever since that live 3 weeks ago, it's been nonstop. Like, it's been an overdrive. It just is very weird. Yes, people don't get any attention. It's true. Child, I just oh my gosh. And if any of y'all want to follow suit with them, you'll be next too. So try it if you want to. Oh, we have a birthday. Oh, happy birthday, Foxy Feline. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Very much that. Very much that. Oh my gosh. All right, now let's get back to Tyra Banks. Where were we, y'all? Where were we? Yes, honey. Where were we? We talking about Tyra Banks. It was about the lawsuit part. I still feel like these women should have sued, even if they did sign a waiver. You can always sue. I feel I would have still sued, in my opinion. Can't they sue now? Well, somebody said the statute of limitations is over, so they can't sue. But I mean, I would still throw my hat in the ring and try. I think that Shandy deserves something. Shandy deserves some compensation for her pain. Shandy's life was all messed up because of the show. So I believe that if, I think all of them still could sue, I feel. They need to strap on their courtroom bobs and get to going. I agree. Yes, suing is the way to go. I think you could still, for any SA, especially in California or New York. Okay, well, if that's the case, then Shandy, if you come across this live, I would say, please file a lawsuit. I think you could get some money. I think you could get some money. I think that somebody would take your case and you could get a nice amount of money. I think that, you deserve to be paid for your pain. Yes, I think Shandy definitely has a case. They definitely have a case, for sure, for sure. What would they sue for? Shandy aside, most really don't have a case and it would likely be dropped. I think, I guess emotional distress, maybe false advertisement. If you were promised this big career and agencies and opportunities and you didn't get that, I think you could sue for that. No, yes, let me know down below. If I have any lawyers in the chat, let me know, y'all. Yeah, emotional damages, I agree, coming from a legal standpoint. Yeah, no, it's true. Funky always says it, pay me for my pain. It's very true. It did happen in Milan. I mean, I still feel you could have a case because you were on the show when it happened, and the show is an American-based show, and it happened on their watch. They recorded the whole thing and still didn't do anything. So I feel like she could still sue despite it happening in Italy. So again, if I have any lawyers in the chat, just let me know, y'all. Yeah, violation of human rights, closing teeth gaps. I agree. Well, you have lawyers that will take your case for free, and then when you win a settlement, they get a chunk. They get 30% of the settlement. So you'll have people take the case pro bono, but then get paid on the back end once you have your settlement money. There could be a use of power for intimidation, slowing down, stopping their career. I have no idea. I have no idea what happened to the man that assaulted her. I have no idea. He's probably, the sad part is Pride living his life and has the nerve to act like he didn't do anything. Some people are so sick and so evil and so twisted. They do the most heinous things to people and will wipe it out of their memories. The show filming it is a crime in and of itself. You're essentially a second observer. Very true. They usually take 1/3 of the settlement. At minimum, Shanny should sue that model. But I wonder, will she be able to find him? That man needs to be under the jail. I agree. Those girls left the show being emotionally chewed up. I understand they just wanted to forget. I understand. The show did not fulfill its promise to them. Only a few went on to find real success. Agreed. I don't believe that volunteering to do a show that you did out of free will and 30 years later, I will not be on the Tyra hate train. Okay, I mean, good for you. Good for you. I don't think that people deserve to have to live with the pain that was caused to them, and while producers sat back and did nothing. Somebody was assaulted. I think this is a very sad take, in my opinion. I think you're glossing over a lot that happened to these women and the trauma and the pain that they've endured. I mean, this take is very interesting. And if you don't want to be on the Tyra hate train, then don't be on the Tyra hate train. Some of y'all just want to, you said, okay, I was going to say, okay, I was going to say, am I being petty to block them? I said, am I being petty to block them? Yeah, Biomiss, Jameer, Ayana, Osman. Yeah, because, okay. I'm just like, yeah, we should not blame people who are victims. Exactly. Okay. I was like, wait, am I being petty? Because I didn't like the tone of that comment. I didn't like the vibe of the comment. This is the Tyra take accountability train. Exactly. It was a very cruel take. I agree. Okay, thank you, Biomiss. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm glad that you blocked them. Hey, Vernice Johnson, thank you for the super chat. Even if you signed an NDA, if there's a crime, you could still sue. Okay, that's what I thought. I think that they should sue. I think it's a very nuanced topic. It's very layered. Yes, in my opinion, I don't listen. Someone always wants to be a contrarian in this chat. I know you have a lot of that. Honey, there's always somebody who has to always be on the opposite end. If we say the sky is blue, they're going to say it's green. Whatever I say, they're going to be on the opposing side. I'm going to say it again. If you know people who are contrarians, they don't like you. Because somebody who always has the opposite opinion as you, that's not normal. You can't disagree with everything that somebody does. That's weird. Anybody who's a contrarian secretly does not like you. I promise. They really don't. If you say that it's cold, they're going to say it's hot. If you say it's hot, they're going to say it's cold. If you agree with them, then they're going to be on have another opinion because they don't want you to agree with them. Whatever side of the fence you're on, they're going to be on the opposite side of the fence. It's crazy. Just a mess. Yes, if you say that the earth is round, they'll say the earth doesn't exist. Yes, just annoying and miserable. Very true. It's irritating. Yes, people love having some type of moral superiority over somebody. Girl, your thoughts are stupid. Exactly. They have grounds to sue. A lot was confirmed in that documentary, plus the clips they didn't show. Some people, yep, are not ready to join the adults table. Yes, as Iyanla says, call a thing. Tyra was wrong. You said being a contrarian in this chat won't get you that 95,000. Hell, not even a gas card or a bus pass. You're right. You're right. You said toodle doo. We accept no contrarians, desperados, weirdos, or freaks in the chat. Let them know, Osmond. Let them know. Oh, God. Yes, that part. At least state your opinion in a respectful way, but some things are better to keep to yourself. No. Some things are better left unsaid. Every thought does not need to be stated. There are some thoughts where I know it's not even worth it. It's not even worth saying it because it's not worth it. Sometimes you have to know when to say when and when to keep your mouth shut. Sometimes it's not worth it to go against the grain and be the rebel. Some people are just they're so hell-bent on always having the contrary opinion. It's sad. Sometimes, as my grandma used to say, when in Rome, do as the Romans. Sometimes you can't have the opposing thought. Sometimes you do have to think like everybody else is thinking. Sometimes you do have to go with it. You can't always be the one who has to be the rebel without a cause all the time. If everybody's going right, go right. You don't always have to zigzag and go left all the time. You don't always have to be the lone rebel all the time. It's just, I don't know. At least if you want to be contrarian, have facts to back up your logic. I agree. No, it's true. Read the room sometimes. Yes, nobody signs up to be assaulted, humiliated, or to have their traumas exploited. It's very true. That's called emotional intelligence. Not everybody has it. It's very true. Yes, we don't always have to agree, but blatantly stating your opposing statement, just wanting to pick an argument. I agree. Sometimes it's not worth it. There are times where a topic will come up and I won't even give my opinion because I know that a lot of y'all are on the opposite side and it's not worth it for me to go against 600 people in the chat. And some topics are just a little bit too prickly to even talk about it. And so it's like they're too emotionally charged. So it's no point in saying the opposite take. Sometimes like, oh, yep, you know what? You got it. You're right. And we move on. I don't always need to be the one saying, oh, yeah, like I don't need, saying, oh, yeah, well, I don't feel that way. No, sometimes, you know what? Yep, I agree with you. I know that I don't really agree, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be said. There are sometimes it doesn't, whatever you don't. Sometimes stating your opinion about things is going to do more harm than good. It's not worth it to say in a public space the opposite opinion when it's a very emotionally charged topic. It's best to keep quiet, and then you in private, but you know what, girl, I actually don't agree. And you in the privacy of your own home, say whatever you want. When you're in public on the internet, where you could be seen by thousands or millions of people, it's best to just keep your mouth shut. When in doubt, be quiet. That's the rule I go by. When in doubt, silence. Silence is truly golden because nobody has time to be issuing out a notes app apology, people upset. Some topics, it's not worth it to state your opinion. There are times where it's like, you know what, I'm going to stand 10 toes down in this. And then other times it's like, you know what, I'm going to just be smart and be quiet, period. So, yes, some things are in the group chat. Yes, it's better to be silent and be thought of as an idiot than to open your mouth and confirm it. You're right. You have to think before you speak. Oh, Brooke, did your uncle watch the doc? I know my cousins did. I don't know if my uncle did. I'm sure he probably did. He's very abreast on pop culture and all that stuff. So I'm sure he did. I'll have to ask and then I'll report back. No, it's true. Yes. Pick your battles. It's very true. Some things are better left unsaid. It's true. Yes. This type of reaction shouldn't even be controversial. Everyone should be disappointed in America's Next Top Model. I agree. Yes, you're not going to change people's opinions anyway, so there's no point in saying you're the opposite opinion. Yes, people just want to be different. Honey, I do it through a lot of prayer. I already before every live, I pray before every live. I make sure I'm always prepared for somebody to try to throw me off. And I always say, if I don't feel comfortable answering a question or a super chat or a comment, I just won't answer it. So that's how, and I don't care if somebody's mad. I'd rather not answer a question than answer. And now all of a sudden I'm all over social media. I'm viral because I said something stupid or I said something that was offensive or whatever have you. So that's how I do it. I do it by knowing that if I get that feeling, like that gut feeling, like, girl, just don't be quiet. Don't say it. You don't have to give your 2 cents on this. And it hasn't steered me down the wrong path yet. So, okay. Yeah, some people just want to be seen no matter what the cost. It's very true. It's very true. Yes, exactly. People really are so quick to throw their humanity out the window. The lack of empathy can be insane, especially where SA is concerned. Exactly. Yes, read the room. It's very true. If anything, Tyra brought this upon herself. All she has to do is say it was wrong and effed up. Yes, I agree. The evolution of Tyra is very sad. I went to school with a woman who worked with her and said she was the nicest model. This is before America's Next Top Model. She seemed to start with good intentions, but went wrong. Yeah, I think that she really became corrupted due to the success of the show and trying to be the top show on TV. You say your 2003 self enjoyed America's Next Top Model. My 2026 50-year-old self cringes. Under no circumstances what happened to that girl was okay. I agree. I will not be watching Cycle 25. I have no interest. I have no desire. I feel that the show has run its course. It's okay to let the past go. It's okay to move on to greener pastures. I don't know why everybody is so hell-bent on trying to relive the glory days, for them. Tyra already is very hated right now. She's a very controversial figure. So I don't know why she thinks that we're all going to be tuned in for Cycle 25. People don't like her. Her personal brand right now is ruined. So I think that she's very delusional and tone deaf to think that we want to see Cycle 25. It's all about the money. I hope it gets canceled. I think it will be canceled. No network should pick up a Cycle 25. Read the room. Yeah, she's very delusional. Very delusional. People will still apply to be on Cycle 25. Tyra is going to be her only viewer. She's too self-righteous. I'm not watching. Yes, people are obsessed with nostalgia. They need to let it go. That show is going to tank. I agree. It's so telling of her character. The Cycle 25 was announced on her documentary. In the last 10 minutes of the documentary, she says, "Oh, and get ready for Cycle 25." And I was like, "Wait, what? Is she serious?" Yes, it is. Making Cycle 25 is another example of desperado behavior. I agree. Yes, leave well enough alone. It's very true. I outgrew the show right before the men came on. I was living my life. I don't need to go back. Yes, Cycle 25 is 2000 and late. Let's move on with our lives. Yeah, and especially after the documentary, nobody wants to watch it. After knowing what all those girls went through and then to see Tyra want to do it again, it's disturbing and disgusting. No, yeah, I'm not watching it either. We're on the same page. Yeah, America's Next Top Model had its place in time, but times have changed and we know better. Exactly. She might as well throw out Cycle 25 away. Nobody wants us in 2026. Listen, we're on the same page. I stopped watching after Cycle 14, like most people. Same. I think the last cycle I watched, I mean, it was pretty early on. Like it was I remember, I think it was like, yeah, I think, yeah, the same with me. I think I stopped watching around cycle 14, cycle 15. I remember I had seen a clip, or I had seen, like, I was going through the channels and I saw that she had replaced Nigel and the Jays with Andre Leon Talley. And that's when I knew that things had really gone downhill. I said, okay, we have Andre Leon Talley now. And they were paying him pennies. Okay, can we talk about this quickly? Have you guys read Andre Leon Talley's memoir? Very sad. Very sad. The way Vogue did him. And then when he joined to be a judge on America's Next Top Model, they were paying him pennies on the dollar. Like, I don't even want to tell you the amount. That's how sad the amount was. A mess. He was working for pennies on the dollar. Second in command at Vogue, and they had him over there on America's Next Top Model, sitting at that judge's table, working for pennies on the dollar. I was shocked. But like, he was too afraid to negotiate. It was so weird. He's such a big personality, but he was really afraid of sticking up for himself when it came to the money. And they took advantage of him. Do you know, or remember before Vogue let him go, he wrote in his memoir that they had him doing like the corresponding. He was interviewing the influencers and the celebrities. Do you know they were paying him $500? They were paying him $500 to be a correspondent at the Met Gala, on the Met Gala red carpet. Second in command. It was Anna Wintour and it was ALT. He was second in command. A mess. Honey, he would listen. And that's why, okay, he's another example. Remember a few months ago when I said, you never give anybody or anything 100%. You never give 100% of yourself to anything, especially a job. He was a definition of, he gave Vogue his life. That was his life. It was his job. It was his social life. It was everything to him. He had no hobbies outside of Vogue, no friends outside of the fashion industry, no love life to speak of. Very sad. And I feel like that contributed to like the declining health, I feel. And then now he's not, I mean, he passed away 73 is not like super old. You know what I'm saying? I mean, literally the minute that he was out of Vogue, he just declined. Very sad. Yes, he made it his entire identity. He made that magazine his entire identity. You never do that. Because think about it. What will you be when the job's no longer there? What will you be when your kids go off to college and have their own lives? You know, like they always say, have your own life no matter what you do. You cannot give a spouse, you cannot make your kids your identity, you cannot make your spouse your identity, because if your spouse leaves, if you get divorced, if they pass away, who will you be? You know, it's just like, and he made Vogue his everything. And he declined when the minute they fired him. It was his life. It was his whole lifeline. Very sad. And he died penniless. He died with his house in foreclosure. And you think, what was it all for? You worked so hard. He spoke fluent French, all these accolades, a titan in the industry, and he died penniless, alone, sad. Not to get preachy, but please, y'all, have an identity outside of your job, being a parent, being a spouse, because if that should change, if that should go away, who will you be? You'll be a shell of yourself. Very sad. And died penniless on top of that. So, very sad. Yeah, you have to diversify. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, honey, and she's alive and well, child. Yes, it was so sad that UGG was the only company that was willing to hire him so he could make money. Remember when that photo shoot came out of him modeling for the UGGs and Twitter had a field day? The jokes that flew that night, I said, my God, my God. Oh, you said he's from a silent generation that was taught to be a quiet Negro and don't rock the boat. My God. It definitely gave that in his memoir. Like there was no he did not know how to negotiate. Just very sad. Very sad. Jesus, you said my boss gave her all at my old job and they closed up shop with barely a warning. You said every time you say penniless, I just want to crank up the Chicago soundtrack. Yeah, you know it's stacked. Just a mess, honey. Very sad. His documentary was good. Yeah, it was really good. This is why he was broke. But I mean, but he shouldn't have been penniless though. And let's talk about that though. He wrote it in his book. He said he made $750,000 at Vogue a year. Was he making 750 or two? No, he was making $2 million at Vogue, and he had a clothing allowance of $750,000 a year, right? Anna was making $5, and then by the time they fired him, she was making $10. So Anna's clothing allowance was $2 million. And he said that his salary stayed the same. He never got a raise. And he felt, well, why should I ask for a raise? Because I'm already making so much money. But I'm like, that's not how this works. And I just feel so sad that so many are brainwashed when it comes to money. It really bothers me how so many are so scared to ask for more money. On what job do you keep working every year, providing expertise, and you stay making the same salary since 1998? Like, she's getting a steady increase every single year, and you're still staying at the same salary? Like he was so afraid of opening his mouth. It was bizarre. Just a mess. Never got a raise. Very sad. Yeah, you better always get your raise. Exactly. People laugh when I say show up to work as a strong 7. I only razzle dazzle an 8 or 9 sometimes. Yeah, know your worth. It's very sad. Yes. He was just happy to be in the room. Absolutely. When you talk about him, he's another one where it veers into, we really can't talk about this in mixed company. If we were talking just you and I in private, if it's just us, we can really talk freely, because he's another one where it's very complicated with him. He was happy to be the only one in the room. And let's just move on. Dorothy, where are you to say move on to the next thing? You said you can't negotiate for self if you have a poor sense of self. It's very true. You said you got fired because I asked for the money. Bye, Felicia. Okay, I know that's right. Child, okay. Listen, another conversation for another day. Another conversation for another day, honey. Let's make these plates for these men, okay? It's true. Move on to the next thing, Claudia. Oh my gosh, I had a friend who accepted a job at $75,000. I was like, girl, you are a psychologist with a PhD. What is wrong with you? No room is worth being in if it devalues you immediately at the salary. Oh my gosh, I agree. Honey, no, it is real talk, honey. You have me screaming. Listen, honey. Oh, do y'all see L's comment? Y'all see L0918's comment? Child. A PhD making 75 grand is insane in I agree, in today's world. Honey, that's another conversation for another. Brooke, you have good conversations over here. I love it. Oh, thank you so much. Listen, we gonna always tell the truth over here. Did L lie? No lies were told. No lies were told. No, L's not wrong. L told no lies, honey. Told no lies. I got fined for telling the Desperado manager she didn't have the guts, and I repeated the guts, eye contact. Wow, I'm sure she was upset. You said, oh, you saw it too, right? Just started a new job, and I told them I couldn't do it if they didn't go over their band. I got my 10,000 over their highest. I know that's right. Always negotiate. Exactly. PhDs don't always equal more money, unfortunately. Yeah, L is right. Some people like being the tokens. Yeah, honey, L hit it right on the head. L hit it right on the head. I said, ooh. Hey, Tina Marie B. Tyler, thank you for the super chat. All she had to do was sit there and eat her food. Hey, M Love Black, always. Thank you for the super chat. Tyra the Tyrant perpetuated the same harm she claimed to change. She's a stereotypical Sagittarius. Oh, Sagittarius, no self-awareness. I would know I'm a Sag. Hey, Dark Child 99, thank you for the super chat. I can't believe Shandy went back to Walgreens after everything she'd been through. Tyra couldn't even make a single phone call to get her a piece of a job somewhere at a fashion magazine, model, assistant, something. Damn. I know. When I tell you, honey, Shandy, I felt got the worst of it. I mean, Shandy, I feel so bad for her. She couldn't catch a break. Hey, Bio Miss Flores, thank you for the super chat. Oh, wait, now, am I going to get in trouble if I read this? Now, Bio Miss, am I going to get in trouble for reading this? Do y'all see what Bio Miss wrote in his super chat? Listen, do you? Oh, you said you think so? Bio Miss said, I still think Miss J got his karma. Child, Jesus. Oh, listen, I didn't say it. I read Bio Miss comment. I read Bio Miss comment. Don't come in here if you watch the replay saying I'm reading a super chat that was written to me. I didn't even read the rest of it. Let's just, Lord have mercy. Y'all, let's keep it cool in this chat, please, y'all. Some things are truly you to say that in private. Yeah. Child, I didn't say that. That wasn't me. It was a super chat that I read. Don't come over here saying nothing over here, okay? Let's be really clear about that. Well, it is the 90-minute mark, child. And I mean, listen, I had a good time. I had a good time with everybody. Let's end it. Let's end the chat on a very good note, okay? Yes, let's be very clear. Let's be very clear. I didn't say that. I read that from y'all. I had a wonderful time chatting with y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope y'all enjoyed. I'm going to close out the live right here. And I will see you all. I will see you all later, right? Maybe if I can try to squeeze in something tomorrow, maybe I'll try to do like a short early afternoon live. But if not, I will see you all on Monday for Potomac and everything else. All right. But y'all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night. Thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all later.